lights out.
They had a little laugh about that in the courtroom. They said, do you know what was in the bag? He said, I only know what I put in the duffel bag. I don't know nothing else that was packed in that hole. He said, Jaquan, is that Tory regular security? He said, I've seen Tory's regular security. That wasn't him. Jaquan is not his regular security. And so he said that Kelsey was drunk before she went to sleep. And when she woke up, she was still drinking, but he felt like she was just more coherent. He said Megan is a different person when she gets past a certain threshold of drinking. And he said, I quote, Megan is a different person when she's past faded. They said, was she past faded that night? He said, yes. Okay.
5 bottles of Hennessy will do it to you.
6 or 7.
It might do it
plus
to you.
More, okay? So then they bring up the evidence photos that show us the vehicle so we can see the luggage and the Louis V bags. They said, EJ, is this the luggage that you put in the car? He said, yes. He said, is this the LV bag that you put in the car? He said, yes. Now get into this shit. He said, and let me tell you, the bags were in the behind the driver's seat. So, you know, where people sit on the second row, that's where the bags were. They asked EJ, is that where you put that luggage? EJ said, no. He said, so the luggage has been moved. EJ said, yes. EJ said, I put the bags in the trunk. They said, did you put these bags in the back seat of the car? He said, no, I put them in the trunk. They said, about how many times have you seen Tory? He said, probably about 10 times. They said, have you ever seen Tory with a gun? No. Have you ever seen Tory talk about a gun? No. They said, has Megan ever told you that he carries a gun? He said, no. Now we got a recross. So we got the other side, you guys. They said Megan took, you know, security for armed protection, right? He said, I don't know. They had an objection. Move on. They said, have you ever looked through Tory and Jaquan's items? Did you look through them in the car? He said, no. They said, did you feel safe with Tory having been with Megan? He said, yeah. They said, did you feel it safe having Tory around Megan as you would feel with Kelsey around Megan? He said, yes. And to me, that says a lot because Kelsey is like a sister to her. This is her best friend. This is her assistant. This person has a lot of trust. So if EJ gonna say, me, Justin, and Ferris trusted Tory with her, even without security, to me, that says a lot. They said, have you ever seen him with a gun or talk about a gun? He said, no. The prosecutor had the nerve to say, have you seen Tory's gun tattoo? He said, child, no. There was an audible, nigga, what? It was like are you fucking dumb? Like, what kind of dumbass question is this? Yeah. This for this fuck. Like, what? So, they said to EJ, did you ever see what happened after they left? He said, no. Okay. He said, one more question. Have you ever seen Kelsey and Megan fight over a man? He said, no. He said, you ever seen them like get bucked up pretty much? He was like, no. Okay. After that, that was it. We came in so late. We only had about 2 hours, but they did finish. EJ was dismissed for the day. I appreciate him so much because he did not waste our time. He got straight to it. He felt like the most honest person so far. No fluff. Just here you go, you guys, and let me get out of here. There was an issue about a motion filed about some or motion they wanted to file based on some information they've been having. So they called that out and said, y'all been knowing that shit. Y'all been knowing that shit. So why y'all bringing it out? Like y'all on some fugazi shit. And so y'all deal with that. They tried to add a bribery charge. The judge said no. They tried to add a bribery charge based on testimony that Tory had allegedly hit up Kelsey about this fucking $1 million. They denied it. That shit was denied like a motherfucker. They brought in Mr. Kelly, who's a witness, and Detective Sogner, who's a witness, and another police officer, Officer Diaz, and they ordered them back to court tomorrow. So hopefully we can get through all those people tomorrow. He said hopefully by Thursday we're hearing closing arguments. They want this shit wrapped up. Wednesday or Thursday, they want this shit wrapped up. And so that was court today. That's what happened.
Hey, I know this was earlier in the day, right? With the detectives that took the stand, and
Mm-hmm.
I watched you talk about it before, and I watched Lawyer for Workers talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like the DA at this point is just like, yo, they feel so upset that Kelsey didn't say what they want to say. They're like, yo, Tory's cheating, so we're gonna cheat too. Okay, we're gonna just bring people on the stand that's only gonna remember what we want them to do. Right?
That's how it felt.
Right? Because that's what happened with the cops, ain't it? Because the motherfucker who had Kelsey handcuffed but don't remember nothing about Tory, that would be anything that showed that he might be, oh, okay, he's concerned, maybe he's looking like somebody who's a human. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They look like just desperation day. Then they try to throw a bribery charge the last minute.
Last minute. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And they told him, like, we're not doing this last minute. No. No bribery charge for you.
What was your overall thoughts about the whole day?
Another win for the defense. I mean, we continue to paint the picture that, babe. For now, bags have been moved. So it's possible that somebody went into these bags. What did y'all need to move the bags for, and when would you have had time? So I'm thinking that maybe the bags got moved on their way back up there. Because at this rate, I mean, what the hell you moved the bag for? Did you try to get in it? Were you trying to get something out of it? Like, what's up? What was the plan? I'm not understanding that. Like I said, EJ was the most level-headed. So I appreciated him and his testimony. I think that he was honest.
Did they ever get into his relationship with Meg currently?
No.
Or maybe what happened? No.
They didn't get into anything of that nature. No questions about why you're no longer with her. I was wondering if
that's what happened with the cops, ain't it? Because the motherfucker who had Kelsey handcuffed but don't remember nothing about Tory, that would be anything that showed that he might be, oh, okay, he's concerned, maybe he's looking like somebody who's a human. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They look like just desperation day. Then they try to throw a bribery charge the last minute.
Last minute. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And they told him, like, we're not doing this last minute. No. No bribery charge for you.
What? Wait, break it down.
There was a situation where EJ was at a party, and he had gone on social media and just said that he was owed money from Megan. This after he stopped working with her. So when they got to the party, Megan, per how it was described, charged him up on some aggressive shit. And that JT came up to defend her and was pressing him as well as a grown-ass man. Now, had he hauled off and knocked out both of their asses, it would have been a problem. But y'all up here addressing grown-ass men like them not niggas. Another conversation for another day. But, yeah, it wasn't. And then JT's stance was, well, I don't feel like he should have went to social media about it. She didn't like that he did that. And it's something that kind of tapered off by the wayside. But I was thinking, that they would bring that up because it speaks to the damn aggression and how she be acting. When he's sitting up here saying that she gets aggressive when she gets past faded, I wish that they would have dove into that. Now, when you say aggressive, what is she doing? And this ain't no little bitch. So when we're talking about a bitch that's almost 6 feet and not even thin, we have a very curvy, well, not necessarily curvy, but a thick, heavy, a solid. Yeah. This a.
Hey, so you said one instance of like, that maybe that passive, like everybody knows. If you drink, I drink all the time. Somebody's usually past that limit or past the point where they lose social perceptiveness when they say something and it's wild disrespectful.
Yeah.
If they weren't that drunk, even if they were trying to say it, they would say it in a cooler way. When you say some shit like, damn, I thought you was a lame bitch. Like, come on now.
It's time to go.
Like that's one of those, you look at her like, why would you even say it like that? You know what I mean?
That's how he described it too. He said, I've been knowing Kylie, and I just feel like at that point, no. He said she did laugh it off, but I was like, no, it's time to go. And he texted T. Ferris and said, it's time for us to go. I guess trying to maybe get him to reach out to Megan and say, come on, let's go.
from multiple stories and sources that I've heard, there was a lot of those type comments. And by the way, I think obviously Kylie's not going to testify, so we're not going to figure out like what her opinion is on everything.
Right.
I think those type comments, though, I think that's why, Kylie obviously eventually kicked her out and probably don't fuck with her now.
Exactly. Because what did she say when she went back? And because EJ, he didn't speak to that. What is this incident that took place that led to Kylie saying, "Get the fuck out of here"?
I wish they had asked EJ, at least, in his own opinion, if she felt like Meg was getting more aggressive, not only with more alcohol that she was drinking, she on a fifth city bottle, but maybe she was also getting a little bit more aggressive after watching, Tory and Kylie interact. So she's
fucking a nigga, and you feeling the nigga so much that you getting dropped off, he picking you up, and you didn't told your best friend, stop fucking with him, I might have to work with him again on some lying ass shit. And that nigga sitting up there in his motherfucking drawers, dick print out, flirting with a bitch. You ain't gonna be mad. No, Tory was gonna get up out that pool. Nigga, what the fuck? I would press that. The fuck is you doing? So it's logical.
Hey,
I don't know.
By the way, I think EJ's testimony, remember when Meg admitted that she fucked Tory, right?
Yeah.
Then she was downplaying it. Like, they were like, "Oh, we're in like a relationship." She was like, oh hell no. Like, that's like basically kind of like just making it seem like it was nothing. Like, they just had a sexual, situation, but nothing more than that.
Right.
Hearing from EJ, it seems like not only was this shit frequent, you're not taking your fuck buddy on vacations. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? If this is some shit you do, like when you extra bored, y'all not going on vacations. Right. Y'all not spending that much time together. Right? Because Meg downplayed all the time they spent together.
Definitely. And downplayed him and Kelsey's relationship, knowing that she hooked them up. But yes.
Yeah, it all plays into the mentality of why you would be frustrated and upset when you see the nigga trying to do some shit or trying to act a little bit extra with another girl.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. You fuck with me the long way. So what's up?
Yeah.
And it felt so comfortable having her stylist and shit drop her off and he picking up because she knew Kelsey wasn't in town. How low you gotta be? You know what you headed over there for. Bitch, you headed over there to get fucked and you knew that shit. And you never said a word to Kelsey.
I ain't gonna lie. Again, I know her character and her morals ain't up for, that's not on trial, but you gotta think about it. And I think on Friday they actually detailed it. I had heard the same thing too. Tory and Kelsey are fucking.
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey catches COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey goes back to Houston. Mm-hmm. Meg slide right in there.
Yeah.
Fucking her while her friend is at home, can't smell, can't taste, on bed rest.
Kelsey could have died. Niggas was dying from COVID every hour. And she was it.
Meg over here, she slide in instantly. She don't give two fucks. You know what I mean? So now it's putting it into perspective, like the character, and especially when you hear this ain't the first time this type of behavior is happening. It's a couple of niggas that has happened with.
Yeah. I'm gonna come on now. A motherfucking mess.
This damn prosecutor is trying. They know that they're about to look embarrassed.
Yeah.
You were in court.
14.
Did you feel like at any point they did something like, and I'm talking about the prosecutor, and you're like, damn, okay, that point hit home, or like, okay, that's a good point you made right there, because it seems like they're on desperation time and they need to score points. They need to score some type of points.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. The answer to that question is absolutely the fuck not. And actually, to me, there was a defeated tone today. I feel like the guy, not Kathy, she always feel like she got to stick up her ass. I call him a little Ken doll. He always getting up smiling and conveying his points. He may, have his little moments, but he was trying to keep it level. Today it was real. So what about this? It wasn't too many questions. It wasn't too much to get into. It seemed like, a balloon that was almost out of air. When a helium balloon, you get to that point where you throw it up in the air, y'all play like fake volleyball with it a little bit, then you just start sucking the air out of that bitch and talking funny. He was about talking funny.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hey, why Thursday? I thought it would have probably wrapped by tomorrow. Maybe, I thought Wednesday where the
Well,
jury.
Justin has gone MIA. They want more time to try to locate him.
That nigga in Qatar.
Yeah. And the LAPD said they're not searching for him. So,
is it possible they will? I mean, I've never heard this, but maybe delay the trial a little bit to see if they could get a hold of him.
The suggestion that I heard was see if you can find him to bring him in. If you can't, then we're gonna proceed. If you can find him before we're done with everything, maybe we'll let y'all speak to him before we close. So I think he's staying in Qatar, and I think he's gonna wait till the shit is over and then pop up.
Let me ask. So I have a theory about why I think he's not trying to be a part of this. What you think? Because that's not Tory's witness.
Right.
That is the witness, the prosecutor. He's the bodyguard. Remember, he came out all tough too when he said, "Yo, if Meg was with me, this wouldn't have happened."
Yeah. That's what he said.
It does happen. He said, "If Meg was with me," that's when we realized, wait, she wasn't with her bodyguard.
Right.
Why do you think this nigga has gone ghost, or is it just bad scheduling? But he knew this trial was coming up for a long time.
No. He knew. I think that two things. I think that he did not want to perjure himself. I think that with Kelsey going rogue, everything would have been cool if everybody would have stayed on the script. Now that shit ain't going the way people thought, maybe. Obviously, I'm speculating, but maybe he felt like, bitch, I'm not gonna get up there and get up in this shit show. Number two, I don't know if he would have been prepared for questions about them sleeping together, because I would have asked. I would have asked him if he was on cocaine, because there's a live video where it sounds like somebody said he's gone off a bump. That's what it sounded like. Yes, there's a video of them on live in the pool, and Justin was gone off his ass. I don't know what the fuck he was on, but they're in the pool, and he pulls out a gun in the pool. You haven't seen this video? The bodyguard pulled out a gun in the pool with Megan and the people in the pool. And it sounded like they said he was gone off a bump, but I cannot verify that. But that's what it sounded like to me. And then he had the gun, and they laughed about it. When Megan started seeing some comments, she switched up her tempo and acted like, well, we don't play around guns. Y'all handle that type shit. But they actually found it funny. He got the gun like it's a phone. He got the gun on his chest. Now, this is the girl who just said she was shot. She's so damn traumatized.
This is after she was allegedly shot.
Yes, this is after this. And there was also, in that same instance, that boy was so close to her face, he could have kissed her. She said, for me, Justin, looking up at him while his girlfriend is in the back of the pool. The girlfriend's supposed to be the damn dancer. The girlfriend in the back of the pool scared to charge up her damn boss, because, bitch, I would have lost my motherfucking job, and I would have slapped that nigga. That nigga was standing over her. Look, that nigga could have kissed her in her fucking mouth. He looking down on her. She looking up at that nigga. Yeah. I
definitely seen a picture where they're like wearing some matching outfit. I'm like,
fuck is that about?
Like, that's how the security's giving it up now?
Security. What's the hell going on over here?
Why? I don't know.
So I don't think he was prepared for the line of questioning, and I don't think he wanted to perjure himself. Those are the two reasons why I don't think that he showed the fuck up.
Okay, and obviously we're getting into speculations here, just to be very clear, but we all know Rock Nation got a horse in the race.
Absolutely.
All pun intended, right? They want Meg story to be verified, and they want Tory to go to jail.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how, I feel like they're trying to pull some strings. I'm wondering what the fuck they're doing about this Justin dude, because here's my theory on Justin. Now that Kelsey's testimony backfired on the prosecutor, which I never heard this before, but they're saying that Justin heard Tory confess.
Yes. There's the allegation that the next day, and this is what I don't like. And let me bring this up. Kelsey goes to the hospital and is left outside. She's wondering what's going on with her best friend, and they say, well, she got glass in her foot. She might be out for a year. You gonna need to go home. They book her a flight for within the next 2 hours. She said, I need more time than that. They said, okay, let us know. Kelsey is down and out. She didn't gave up her apartment and came to LA because Megan said, we finna get a house. Get rid of the apartment. So all she got is her luggage and her purse that she didn't brought out here. It was okay for Megan, who still had a team, to send Justin to Tory's house the next day to go get her shit. But everybody want to look at Kelsey crazy because she gave up the address for her hotel so she could get her shit. That's fucked up to me, but that's a sidebar. Anyway, Justin says that the next day after everything happened, which would have been like the 13th, he went to where Tory was staying to go get Megan's things that had been left in the car. Things that I felt like she could have fucking replaced. What you need all the shit for? This is bullshit. But anyway, he went to go get it. He claims, per their, recount, that Tory told Justin, I shot Megan. I'm so sorry. I was wrong. Now, why the fuck would he tell him that he ain't told nobody else this shit, but he confessed to you and you ain't got to know nothing? And why you ain't whoop his ass? If you all on Instagram playing tough, yeah, and she gonna be with a nigga that ain't finna be around no niggas that shoot at feet, then you supposed to handle that shit when you pulled up the nigga. That's what you was supposed to do. Fuck all them damn bags, nigga. What you did, but you ain't do that. You went and got them bags like a pussy little bitch, put that shit in your car, and went on about your damn business. That's what you did.
It's starting to sound like that nigga Tory never said that to him. And
yeah, come on now.
And that was some shit he was gonna go with. But now, if everybody else ain't lying the way they need to lie to get this conviction, why the hell would he? Because he'll become the new star witness. Okay. This should be the first time nobody said they seen Tory do it, right?
Yeah.
Now he would be the first nigga who said, I heard Tory tell me he did it.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Did they say anything about the bribery charges possibly coming later?
I don't believe so because it was denied. The judge outright denied
it. Yeah, but they're trying to add it to this case in this trial.
Yeah. Oh, you mean down the line? They did not say. They say if they have future plans past this. No, they tried to add it on to now.
That was Kathy. That was up there talking that bullshit. Talking about Kathy. Kathy mad, huh?
She hot in the fucker.
Jesus Christ. Damn. Wow.
Their shit.
Hey, it's interesting that because I think the prosecutors are playing their cards. They're now I think they're doing these things to try to paint the image and narrative that, yo, if we lose or looking like we're about to lose, yo, Tory's getting away on some OJ shit. Yeah. Oh, you know what I mean? Like he rigged the shit somehow. And it don't really look like they're just trying to hold a fair trial. It look like they're taking it personal.
Yeah. That's how it seems to me. I mean, what the hell is going on? And I think that they made themselves look like fools today. Them and that young lady that got up there that acted like she didn't remember a damn thing today. And that police officer. You were standing right the fuck there. And you ain't never pay attention to him. 20 or 30 minutes you stood in between him and Kelsey, who are feet away from you. You never heard nothing. And you just went over this fucking record. And you don't know what Kelsey said. It was bullshit. And it made them look crazy.
Wow. No, completely. What else happened during the day that you feel like we should probably know? Like how was everybody's demeanor? Hey, hold on. When did that whole thing with the Tory was in? Because they're making it seem like he was alone in the elevator with a juror.
Yeah, allegedly last week he was on the elevator and one of the jurors was on the elevator. So they was trying to make a deal out of it. But when we came back, she was still in the stand. She was still in the jury pool. So obviously they kept their ass. I don't know if they're going to talk to her some more or see what the hell going on. There was another situation where a juror claimed they got to go to the doctor 2 days in a row at 10 o'clock a.m. That's a motherfucking lie. And who the fuck ever got a doctor's appointment for Wednesday and Tuesday, Wednesday at 10 o'clock at the same damn time too? That whole line. So they was like, well, what you want to do about that? And they was like, well, let's just see how shit go. And we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But maybe we can see if she can just not go see these appointments and sit here to do this shit so we can leave. Like the whole thing's about getting the fuck up out of here. And he reiterated that he hopes that this shit is done. Tuesday and Wednesday, we can wrap this shit up and then go ahead and move on. So he's pushing, sound like to me, for the end of the damn week. We need to be done by the end of the week. Closing arguments by Wednesday or Thursday so that these people can go deliberate.
So right now, and prosecutors haven't made any mention of that gun being registered. Like this one,
No,
like, they got a weak ass case, yo. Because
they do.
if that gun was legally registered to the security guard, they would have been said it. They would have
Exactly.
that narrative. They're not mentioning where the gun came from, who had it. They don't even know where it supposedly was in the car at first. They don't know where it was found.
And the gun serial number was still intact.
No scratch off, nothing.
No. So why has no one traced this weapon?
Or they probably did, but it's not helping the case.
Yeah.
It's not helping the case.
Yeah.
So they're not mentioning it.
Yeah. That's how this shit sound to me.
Wow. Man, this shit is crazy. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. Tory's making a fucking he's making him look like a fool, man.
Yeah.
And
they're making themselves look like a damn fool. This case should have never made it to this point. And I think the lack of effort and preparation is because they never thought that it would. I think that they thought we can tear this nigga up in the media. We can make his life a living hell in that regard, and we can continue to try to get him to take a plea. And I think they thought that they would push until they didn't say no, and we got a trial.
Hey, if they took all weekend, because we all know that pretty much the DA, as much as they're trying the case currently, they're pretty much investigating to try to, like, you know what I mean? They're mentioning stuff that's happened last week or the week before or 2 months ago when this initial incident happened 2 years ago. So they're still very much trying to just grab for straws. And now we're getting to see they had a whole weekend to figure out, okay, Tory gave you guys the work last week. What the fuck you about to come back with?
Yeah.
And all it was, we're going to recall some witnesses. And then we're going to threaten a bribery charge.
Yeah.
And I know they got to be seething because the bribery charge is about allegedly what supposedly Tory said to them that day and after. I think they're really mad because they think that what's going on right now in court and them getting their ass kicked,
right,
Tory's paying that. You know what I mean? Like Tory's actively like having people say stuff is just not going their way.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that that's why some of my shit got reported. You know, I was contacted, you know, and they let me know. Megan's team sent this over. These were all the tweets that they tried to report, but Twitter didn't take them down because you didn't violate anything. So, pathetic shit.
Hey, I see somebody in your chat. Her name's Angie. She said, well, it's not mentioned because it's not relevant. I think it was a conversation about who that gun belongs to. No, that's absolutely relevant.
It's absolutely relevant.
If you're thinking about where the gun is going to be, if the gun is registered to the security guard, it's going to be on this person in a glove compartment, maybe a center console.
Yeah.
It's no use that if you have a gun registered to you, you're in and say you're registered to have that gun, right?
Anything that happens with that weapon can fall back on you. So you have to make sure that you are very aware of where this weapon is and what happens with it.
So now if we know it's on you or in proximity to the front, now we could think about and try to like use, you got to 3D map it like, okay, so how would they get the gun?
Precisely. Right?
Now, if it's in the bags, that's in the back, now that's a different conversation. You get what I mean? So it's really important. If you could pinpoint that gun registered to someone, it's likely that they had that gun possession
at that point, right? If the gun is registered to your friend and you call up in some shit, 9 times out of 10, they let you borrow it, huh? You know? So it's a lot of people, cognitive dissonance, you know, and they want to believe what they have decided to believe, and now they don't want to hear shit else. And here we are. Because at this point, if you ain't thinking at the very least that something is up with this bullshit, I ain't telling you to pick a side. But if you don't at least think that, damn, this shit actually, wait a minute now, bitch, you stupid. To me.
Hey, I see a few people on here also talking about, like, you know, biasness, this and third. Hey, listen, the narrative has gone on for 2 years, right? Mm-hmm. Now we're actually in the court of law. And this is where, you know, I always told people going into this, what do you care more about? Do you want to know the truth, or do you want to know if Tory's going to get found guilty or innocent? Those are two different criteria.
Yeah.
Tory's job isn't to convince some of y'all who already been brainwashed and rocking that he did it. He only to convince y'all that he ain't do nothing.
Right.
He just bring up reasonable doubt among those 12 people that are going to vote. That's it. So if he had to convince your stubborn ass, maybe he'd be doing it a little bit different, right?
Right.
Maybe he'd be a man. But at this point, if he's created enough doubt, and we've seen so much doubt, the case looks weak, and I don't think that's being biased to say it looks weak. If you got to convince,
that is my opinion. And an attorney, a seasoned attorney, got up and gave his opinion. I know you're cool with Fedit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sat down with Fedit and gave the exact same response that I've been giving.
Yeah,
this shouldn't have made it to trial. This is bullshit.
Victim. It's weak to convict him, and also, even if you didn't think that all these things that's been happening, changing the stories, lying, people admitting certain parts, oh, we don't want to talk about this, blah, blah, everybody has selective amnesia. Even if you think most of those details so far that came out, most of the testimonies, were not enough to pose a significant, just significant reasonable doubt. Right. What do you think? What do you think about all the other situations that nothing that really could? There's nothing that really points that Tory did it.
That nothing. And guess what happens tomorrow? Sean Kelly gets on the stand and he gets to tell everybody about how he saw and got the back, go to the front. There was a fight and a gun went off.
That's another reason why, for anybody who, again, I'm dealing with how the case is being tried. Sean Kelly, he's listed in the police report as witness number 1. He said he seen it. He looked outside. He seen it. He said, I woken up by the goddamn argument, looked outside, seen 2 women fighting, and seen all this shit.
Yes.
The prosecutor don't want to call him. Why the prosecutor don't want him? Like, if you finally have an eyewitness, you don't want to call an eyewitness.
Why not? Because they don't say
the truth.
Yeah.
And come on now.
And we read, I personally read the transcripts from when I read the transcripts from December 2021. He had a talk with Stogner, who was supposed to take the stand tomorrow. And he said that I was awoken to arguing, went to my balcony. I see a young lady get out of the back passenger seat, come to the front. There was a physical altercation. And he's spoken to someone more than once. So now it's being said that he ultimately said that he saw Kelsey shoot Megan. That is what the defense said. We have a witness that will testify that they saw Kelsey shoot Megan. This man came in the courtroom today when he was ordered back tomorrow. This is a white man that looks to be at least in his 50s to 60s. This is not a man that I would expect to know who the fuck Megan was, to know who the fuck Tory was, living in Hollywood, or in LA rather, minding his damn business, trying to sleep. Why did this man say that he saw that shit if that's not what he saw?
Is the prosecutor done? The defense is going first, right?
Well, they're out of order. The prosecution hasn't even arrested their damn case yet because we got the rogue ass witness, and then they're trying to call back 2 people. So when the defense pulled up EJ, he was out of order. But per his schedule, they went ahead and proceeded. Yeah.
Is Stockton going to take the stand?
He came in. He was ordered back to court tomorrow.
Okay, so he is. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, at this point, man, I'm telling you, if Tory is not in a very comfortable position, I don't know what to say. By the way, it's going to be interesting to watch the prosecutor, even with the Sean Kelly dude.
Yeah.
Prosecutor's going to try to rip their own witness. Well, it's not their witness, but they're going to try to rip him to shreds. And if they can't do that, they're going to do some wild accusation, or they're going to question him about, did Tory or Tory's people contact you? They're always going to do that shit because they're trying to give an overtone like Tory paid everybody off, right, and anybody who says anything favorable for him is basically a plant.
Yeah, and that's the most ridiculous shit to me because they couldn't wait to post that Tory, they was trying to take his condo, his penthouse. I thought he couldn't pay his rent. So what's the fucking story? Everything was funny when y'all say he was broke. So, bitch, don't try to have a nigga hit $1 billion lotto now. He lost these deals. Get these hoes $1 million for the fuck what, nigga?
Yeah.
Fuck is you talking about? Stupid shit from stupid ass hoes. Desperate shit. This shit don't make no sense. Shit ain't logical.
I think this case is it's a blowout already. I think if I had to forecast it, I'm saying Tory got the win.
You never know
what
Tory is gonna do, but I'm okay with how I feel about it. I'll tell you that.
I think the prosecutors are gonna pull one rabbit out the hat though.
They might. You never know.
In the next 2 days, I thought they were gonna do it today. Y'all had a good 2 weekend. Your 2 days. You had 2 days. You had the weekend. Come on, man. Y'all got to come something stronger.
Yeah.
They have something like a rabbit out the hat, or get somebody to come in and say, "Oh no, Tory's team did actually pay us. Tory did this. Oh, Tory told us to lie." They haven't had that all trial.
Right.
And, unless they get that, I feel like that's probably the only hope to kind of reverse the shit.
And then they would have to have concrete proof. You know, Kelsey said something about a bribe, but had no text messages or anything. It's hearsay.
Hey, by the way, we're going back here, but when they said that Meg got aggressive when drinking, did they ever ask her or ask EJ if they've ever seen her get, into a physical altercation or pushy or any type of thing?
Oh, which is the craziest shit to me. And where the fuck is Karim? Megan, the only one up in that damn courtroom who ain't there, with a goddamn charge for putting her hands on somebody. I feel like for character witness purposes, bitch, they need to bring Karim ass up there. Now, what happened with y'all ass? Because he did go on Instagram and by name say that a Megan, who he claims was another ex named Megan, okay, he talked about a gun. He talked about a broken window. It seemed like it was fucking deja vu to me. They need to pull his ass up though.
Jesus.
But who knows?
Okay. So cue us up for tomorrow. So tomorrow, what's happening?
Tomorrow, we should be hearing from Stogner. That is the now disgraced police officer from the LAPD that has been fired for, inappropriate conduct in terms of, it seems like domestic violence issues or something like that. A couple instances of it, not an isolated, situation. Officer Diaz, who we spoke to, I feel like last week. I don't know what the fuck he's back for. And then Sean Kelly. They were ordered back for tomorrow, so we're expecting to at least hear from them tomorrow. But maybe we can get through more. We got through 5 the first day. Let's pump these hoes out.
Anybody else other than those 3? Because I'm trying to figure out what's
I didn't see anyone else, and they didn't mention anyone else today. What's
holding up closing statements?
Exactly. Other
the nigga in Qatar.
Yeah.
And who else they said they can't find? And hold on. Ironically, if they said that, investigators showed up to his house,
okay,
right? They're looking for this guy a lot. His family are looking for him, but the judge and the investigators or prosecutors looking for him.
Right. Courts.
They show the same energy with the driver.
They haven't said it. And I guess is it because he's on Tory's side or he's Tory's driver that they feel like he ain't going to be of use? Because nobody has declared Quan missing. What's going on? So the real question is, did they ever even want him to come in? I don't think they did. They probably wish that they had now. But I don't even know that they ever subpoenaed Quan.
I asked you this before, but you think Tory's taking a stand now? I don't think so.
No. Please don't get on that stand. I don't know. I don't think it would. I don't think he needs to. You good. You up, nigga. You know how they be having the good, well, not the good, but the starters shoot and they make all the points and then they let them niggas up off the bench to do that shit. All right, that's where we at. Let them niggas on the bench do what they doing. We almost done with this shit. Y'all going home. To me. Yeah.
Yeah, I see somebody says, yo, oh damn, this chat's going crazy. They say, yo, that's some different. I agree with Ak. She's trying to put herself in the green light, but come on, bro. She got good lawyers. What are you talking about? Yeah, I mean, overall, I think we're just kind of at like this point where, I think some people are going to be just disappointed because
Yeah.
I still feel like unless well they can't pursue charges on Kelsey anyway because of the immunity deal, and she skated through that shit. She made sure she ain't lied, so no
Yeah.
perjury, and they already put it on record.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some people they're only gonna accept that Tory didn't do it, not only if he gets found innocent, but if somebody else gets charged. Like, for example, if they charge Meg for lying, or if they charge Kelsey for like actually shooting Meg, but neither is gonna happen. There's no more charges really coming out of it.
I think we have to become content with the fact that, or the idea that we will never know what happened. Honestly,
yeah,
we won't.
All we know, listen, there's a few things we know.
What's that?
Tory was trying his best, and I ain't gonna lie, looked like Kylie was going. Like, he probably could have fucked. Okay? Second of all, Meg need to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. She drank 6 bottles of Henny and ain't drink not 1 cup of water. This is amazing. I never seen
about no water and never ate the tacos.
Yeah,
no food to soak this shit up.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Once I get to drinking too much, I get some food in my system.
Got you.
She made some uneditable bullshit and ain't even eat it, and then basically just kept drinking beer pong, all type of shit, man.
All kind of shit.
Somebody said, what do they need Justin for? Justin allegedly heard Tory said to Justin, yo, I'm sorry for shooting Meg.
Right.
That's what the prosecutor says he's gonna say. Except he's like, no, nigga, I'm in Qatar.
Okay. This nigga say he ready for his new journey in life. Somebody asked me, was he Muslim? I don't know. This shit just too fucking much. Niggas got on white robes and you know, head wraps and shit. And he's supposed to love her so much and all this other bullshit. So everybody that was on her team ain't on her team no more. Everybody to be
I understand why you asked the question if these people were on some, you know what I mean, some cocaine, like,
yeah,
yo, 6 bottles of